Hey guys, super quick tutorial. I couldn't find a good publicly accessible thing, so I'm just gonna film this. I have my little makeup mirror, I have my cards. Hopefully it looks okay. So this is just a really simple card control. And the way it looks, just look at the mirror for a moment, is it looks like this. Okay, so we ask the spectator to select, the 7 of clubs or whatever. We ask them to put it on top of the deck. It's on top of the deck. We don't know what the card is. And then we say we're just going to give the cards a couple cuts and lose the card in the deck. And lo and behold, the 7 of clubs is still on top of the deck. Okay? So this is like the world's most basic card control because you don't need to know how to do any shuffles or anything. You just need to hold a break. So the way this works, basically, you ask them to select a card. It can be done in any way, obviously. You can do all this on the table, whatever. They select the 8 of diamonds. They put it back on the top of the deck, okay? Now you take half of the cards, you place them in your left hand, and then you take the rest of the cards and you place them in such a way that that little finger goes into the gap. So if you're not using good control, what it looks like from the front is this, and they can see exactly what you're doing. And if you're not using good control from the side, they can see exactly what you're doing because it's totally obvious, which is why you need to hold it with no gap here. So this has to be held kind of at the end. And the other fingers should bridge the difference here. And the thumb pushes down. So that thumb is pushing down to close up the gap that's visible otherwise from the front or from the side. So the way it works, when you drop the cards here, you push down with the thumb very quickly and you square up the cards with this right hand with all 5 fingers pushing in simultaneously to try to make it so you don't have like an obvious thing that's visible from the front. So here, push down, square up with the right fingers, and there's nothing visible. And then you complete the cut, and that card goes back to the top where it started. Now, the slightly more advanced version of this is to use a swing cut. There's other tutorials for that, but basically the way I do it is this. I separate with this finger. So let's say that their card is on top. Let's say it's the 9 of diamonds. I do a swing cut into the left hand. And then I grab a portion of the cards, doesn't matter how many. And then I do this. And then the second portion goes here. And their 9 of diamonds is still on top. Now, there's an additional piece of work that has to happen here to have this work, which is that if you just do that gap is visible, right? So if you take off a portion when you're moving the portion, that gap is still visible, right? Like let's say I take off this portion, as I'm putting the cards down, that original break is still visible. And what this control is really just holding a break. This is called holding a break because you're just holding on to this pinky break, and that's the control. So to prevent this, what I did, this is just something I came up with, I don't know how the pros do it, is as I'm moving this top little packet, I just press down with the packet to make it so that the gap in the cards isn't visible. So as I remove the cards, as I move them off here, I'm pressing down, and then the thumb takes it over so that at all times either the packet of cards or the thumb is pressing down so that gap isn't visible. So from the beginning, a card is selected. Let's say it is the 5 of spades. We ask them to put it on the top of the deck. We do a swing cut or whatever to lose that 5 of spades. And I'll just keep it face up for the sake of demonstration. We use a swing cut or whatever to keep that 5 of spades right below that little finger break. And square up the cards. We take this packet off. We take this packet off. The 5 of spades ends up where it originally was. And one last time. Done.